cold turkey is great on sandwiches, but there's much better ways to break bad habits, particularly in this new year. I'm talking about my sponsor, Fume. Fume is an innovative, award-winning flavored device built to help you part ways with old habits. Instead of electronics, vapors, and harmful chemicals, Fume is completely natural and uses flavored air. It's a habit you're free to enjoy, and it makes replacing your bad habit very easy. Stopping is something everybody puts off because it's hard, but I'm not telling you to stop. I'm telling you we can switch right now to Fume. It's easy, it's enjoyable, it's even fun. Fume has served over 150,000 customers, and they've got tens of thousands of success stories. And there's no reason the next one can't be you. Your Fume comes with an adjustable airflow dial and is designed with movable parts and magnets for fidgeting, which is helpful when you're de-stressing and trying to break a habit. It's very fun to fidget with. Head to tryfume.com/Chael or scan the QR code. Make sure you use the code Chael to get yourself 10% off. All you gotta do is click the link below. Drake Riggs, you guys know Drake? Drake is one of these guys, I like Drake so much. If I was in a room and I saw him, even when he's in disguise, growing facial hair, shaving the facial hair off, I'll stop what I'm doing. I'll go and make sure I say hello. And Drake wrote a piece today. I don't know that Drake ever writes a piece that I don't read. And he's great. And there was a miss, and I just want to address it because one of us is wrong. Now, Drake had written a piece about Jon Jones and Aspinall. And Jon Jones has such an incredible skill when he decides to play. He just doesn't, one, know he's good at it. He does not know that. And the reason he does it is because he is Mr. Sensitive. Like, as big of a badass as he is that you guys see, he is equally a baby that you don't see. And most fighters are, in all fairness. I'm just letting you know, Jon is not aware. Okay, when people go on the internet, and you'll be able to relate, you've either seen this or you've done it yourself, but when you go on the internet, you don't go on the internet to be nice. That doesn't mean there aren't nice people on the internet. They don't go on there to be nice. The comments they make, they don't make in a, boy, this sure is wonderful spirit. They go in there and they get out a negative energy. It's why every comment you read online is bad and you only meet nice people in person. It's not real. You can't get into that and think that it is. Everybody is happy and angry. They only bring the angry part to the internet. Then they go live their normal life. They're perfectly civil situations. I bring that to you, and it may sound like I'm stating the obvious. Jon doesn't know that. So when he goes online and 9 out of 10 comments are bad, he assumes 90% don't like me. He doesn't understand that only 1 out of 100 positive thoughts will post. So if he got one good one out of 10, he's got 100 positive and only 10, but it's a weird math. So I'm just sharing for you. I'm not picking on Jon. It's quite the opposite. He's very good at the banter. He's very skilled with, he called it an imaginary title. He called the interim title imaginary title. That's great. That's simple. That's great stuff. That's G-rated, right? Will Smith didn't have to curse to sell albums, but some people do. So F him and F you too, right? And Jon is generally the kind that has to. Imaginary title. This is G-rated. This is playful. This is good stuff. And I'm just telling you, but he doesn't know he's good because all the comments come back bad. So he spends all his time trying to look like somebody that he thinks you want. Spends all his time, and it used to be much worse in his younger career. We talk about the Bible, he tattooed some verse. Oh my goodness. It was sickening. It was sickening, it was so phony. But at least the comments were okay. All right. I'm sharing this with you because Jon's very good at it. When he gets going, when he relaxes, when he can send out a message that is what he would say to you if you were face-to-face in a bar, and then puts the phone down. Not then sits there and refreshes it to see what comes back his way. And that's the addiction. That's the addiction that these guys have, man. That fame is a drug. They will do anything to get it, including sending out stupid tweets. Man, stop. stop, or have the discipline to and you put it down. And my entire diatribe there is based on something, which is Drake breaks down the back and forth that Jon is having with Aspinall. And you have the interim champion going after the undisputed champion, okay? But you also have a hurt champion, a non-competitive champion. That doesn't work. A hurt and non-competitive cannot be the top guy, right? You cannot have a guy that can't walk out there. I can't even walk out and try. And I know that's cold. I know that statement is done without heart. But so do other people that aren't good enough of explaining that they just kept the belt on him. They know that sounds so cold to take something from a guy that's injured. They don't know how to explain it to you, so they just don't do it at all. But for Aspinall to say the opposite, which is, I'm an active champion, and what happened to you can and will happen to me someday, but right now is my time. Right now is my day. And I'm not claiming to be better, have a better legacy. I'm not claiming anything over you, other than I can beat everybody today that can compete. You're admitting that I can. You're openly admitting that you can't even go out there for whatever reason. And I would just like to be recognized. Like, it's one of these things where there's not a lot going on here. And what I just said to you is not that hot and juicy. You got one belt going after another belt. It's not that juicy. And, I mean, I can tell you guys, I've been talking about this, but I'm talking about it less and less because you guys are engaging with me less and less, right? I'm on YouTube. I'm running an interactive, this is my social life. In a large part, I come talk to you guys, you make comments, I read every single one of those. Give you the thumbs up, I'll reply to them. I mean, I'm just sharing with you, like, that's not done by a bot or a mod. Nobody's got those codes but me. So when I do topics that you're not interested in, I have a real punishment, which is when I do have some free time and I go to this ecosystem we've created, I don't have any company. And that's as truthful as I can speak to you. I count on you coming back. So when I do this topic, I'm not getting anywhere. And that is unusual because you have a Hulk Hogan versus Ultimate Warrior situation. You got two belts in one company. There is only one way to solve that. You must fight. Not to mention you have the perennial division. Not to mention both guys sound right. Jon claiming to be the greatest ever, that sounds right. Aspinall claiming he can beat any man alive that's willing to walk out there today. Sure sounds right. Like, they both sound right. But which one equals victory, right? It's one of these things. I don't know that I've seen Tom fully call out Jon. Tom has said he'd do the fight, but he has called strongly for that title. But I don't know that he strongly called out Jon. And I don't know that Tom has dealt with Stipe at all. You know, the Stipe factor of, hey man, you wanted a title shot, I got a title, and I'll give it to you. But I want something you have too. They're saying you're the number one contender even though I have the belt. We both know that doesn't work. If you're the number one contender, you should have this belt. But if I have the belt, I should be the number one contender. And for whatever reason, or whatever room of PR, and whatever is actually going on in that story that is yet to be revealed to us, I know what it is. I can't tell you yet. Let's just do it ourselves. Let's just figure it out ourselves. And that really hasn't happened either. It's quite unclear. So Jon Jones had the ability to end this because he doesn't like it. He doesn't like it, and he doesn't know he's good at it. He's confused. He's confused by the numbers. But he can end it by giving an answer. Staying in this in-between is what the back and forth is. And it's also where a guy like me that's counting on engagement is dying on the vine. I can't keep this story alive. Right? I mean, the way this works is you two do something, whether it's social media or what, you do something that guys like me then come and grab, we spread gas on it and we keep it going. If you make a comment that I or guys like me do not comment on, you're dead in the water, and that's fine. You just got to start over. You got to send out a new message and see if that one sticks. Okay. Jon can end it by saying, yes, I'll fight you. Well, we're done here. We are all done talking. Got to wait for the fight. We got to play the venue game. We got the rehab game. I've got the Stipe business. My man on my word. I've given you my word, but I'm going to deal with this too. You would certainly understand that. But it ends. Or he just tells him no. That doesn't add to this, by the way. So many people think that it does. And I think that Jon is of that belief as well. That I want to dismiss him. Telling him no is what he wants. It makes me look like I'm a chicken. It makes me look like I back down. No, it doesn't. It ends this. One thing that Tom has done is be honest. Tom is very open with you, the audience, and with himself. Jon has this power. It doesn't happen without Jon's blessing. It can happen with his blessing. He's very open about that, which is where if Jon says, no, we're done here. So these guys have a back and forth, and Drake weighed in on it. Now, this whole thing comes back to one point that Drake made, which is Stipe and Jones are going to fight. They have both said they're going to retire after that fight. So when they retire, it is then that Tom becomes undisputed champion just by default. And it's that one point that I am correcting, which is the interim champion means just that. In the meanwhile, in the interim, as soon as the undisputed champion returns, and that is not a press conference, that is not a bout agreement, it's not even a weigh-in. As soon as the bell rings for the first round, the undisputed champion is now back, which means the interim is now gone. There is no in the meanwhile. It is now gone. When the bell rings for Jon Jones's return fight, doesn't matter if Jon wins or loses. I didn't say when the final bell rings. When the first bell rings, Tom is no longer champion of anything. And I'm bringing it to you not because I'm taking Drake on. I'm correcting you. This is officially the answer, but I'm bringing it to you because we follow the rules that we make up as we go. I'm aware of that. But I'm going to make them say it. I'm going to make them say we're making this up as we go. And Ronda Rousey and Jose Aldo became champions of the world without ever stepping in the octagon. So we can definitely do whatever we want to do, but that's not what the rule is. That's not even what the word means. That's not what the policy is. That's not what the precedence is. And it's very important that that is revealed. It doesn't make a bit of difference when it comes on the bell ring. This bell is now unactivated. Do whatever you want. Tom would be the champ. We understand that. It's just not the rule, right? Like if they're going to fight at heavyweight and they're weighing at 305 pounds, that's not what the heavyweight fight is. You can go ahead and fight in the world and we'll recognize the act, but it's not what it is. Let's just make sure we admit it. It's extremely important that that detail get hammered out and stated. Otherwise, Tom has no chance of getting a fight in between. There'd be no reason to do it. The reason opens up when you reveal what I just said, which is just the truth. There is no interim champion. You have a return of an undisputed champion. If you're not understanding that distinction, and moreover, why that is so important, I can't say it any clearer than that.